space there. So we are starting with Twitter space / X space. Okay, if you see here chain aware, so that's actually Martin. Now let's wait. Tarma is joining now very soon too, and then we can get started. So let's wait a little bit. Now Tarma is joining here. Okay, he requested as well the speaking rights. Now approve. Okay, Tarma, can you hear me? Can you speak? Hello, Tarma. Ah, okay, so I can hear you. So that means infrastructure is working. Okay, then let's get started. Today is our regular X space. It's a number 12. Now we are doing it every 2 weeks. It's number 12, and these are the AI and the Web3 topics. And today's topic is then Web3 marketing. How to achieve high conversions without paying the KOLs. Okay, KOLs being the key opinion leaders. And of course, because we are AI and very much analytics oriented, so then you can imagine in which direction the discussion is going today. So particularly the question like how to achieve high user conversion without, paying the KOLs huge amounts of money. But before we dive in and we analyze the status quo and what are then the alternatives, let's start with the intro. So, okay, Tarma, could you start with your intro and then I will continue.
Hi, my name is Tarma. I'm ex-chief architect of largest space banking platform. I've been in IT architecture some 25 years, built.
Tarma, we cannot hear you. Hello? Tarma, your voice disappeared. Tarma, we cannot hear you. Oh, okay. Let me continue in the meantime with my intro. Hello, Tarma. Tarma, I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you typing too. Okay, I will continue. So I'm Martin, and I'm co-founder of Chainaware.
Looks like Martin is not just responding now. Maybe I introduce Martin myself.
Oh,
and Martin has 4 master degrees. He has built a number of products already when he was in his 20s, which were worldwide known. He has been in crypto now 12 or 13 years. And many years ago, he made predictions about price. I think 2011 that Bitcoin will be 10,000, and it became 10,000, and later that it will become 100,000. And so we have to see if this prediction is also right.
Tarmo, just from curiosity, can you hear me or can you not hear me?
Today's topic is, of course, marketing.
Okay, actually, I can hear Tarmo. Tarmo, can you hear me? Oh, Tarmo can. Okay, but Tarmo, I hear you. I hear you. So I can hear Tarmo, but Tarmo cannot hear me. Oh, okay. Hello, Tarmo. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So then I keep talking a little bit. Then no, I don't know. Okay, Tarmo went now on the mute. So I keep talking always some little infrastructure problems. Okay, I will continue my introduction. Yes, I'm a co-founder of Smart Credit and Chainaware. So practically, and Tarma, okay, before I worked as well for the Credit Suisse. I worked 10 years for the Credit Suisse, and before Credit Suisse, I was lucky to work for one hedge fund, the biggest independent hedge fund. So it was very good experience. Okay, Tarma is typing here something. Oh, okay, Tarma is saying that he will join the talk, probably some connectivity issues. And I'm a co-founder of Chainaware. I'm a co-founder of Smart Credit. Now, Smart Credit is the first fixed-term borrow lend platform. So we are in the top 20, top Ethereum. And the other platform that we then created is Chainaware. Okay, Tarmo requested now again permission to talk. Approve. Okay, I clicked approve. Let's go back to this. Tarmo, can you hear me? Tarmo?
Something happened
Okay.
again.
Just don't touch anything on your mobile. Keep it as it is. Don't touch. Let's speak now.
Yes.
Okay. So we never know. Like there's always some Twitter updates. So okay. So we keep it as it is. So practically, okay. Where was I? So smart credit, we said, and then a chain aware. We created chain aware. So the first product for the chain aware, it was a credit score. So we launched it 3 years ago. That it's an AI-based credit score. Then we launched in February last year. We launched AI-based fraud detection system. It's like a 98% prediction rate before the fraud happens. We predict will the fraud happen in the future, yes or no? And this just shows power of the AI. It shows the power of the AI, and it's now very important as well for the user conversion, because user conversion, it means as well predicting users' behavior. Now, which user is a good conversion, which user is not good conversion, like knowing users' next action. So and like the fraud detection or AI algorithm, it just shows that there's a very high possibility to achieve a very high conversion rates, very high prediction rates. Okay, so that's on the chain aware. Just a short introduction, but let's stay on the topic. So the topic, like how to achieve high conversion rates without paying calls. Let's jump now to the calls, the call-based marketing. So do you want to say some words, Tarmo, and then I can continue? Yeah.
Yes, call is just a new abbreviation, not to use the word influencer. Influencers got bad taste, and now we speak about calls, which have apparently good taste. And what is behind calls is that we have so much information in the world now, and people don't have time to digest all information, and then they just take somebody's opinion. They don't have time and mental power to analyze everything that happens, and then it is easier for them to follow some influencer and just repeat what this influencer is saying. The issue by calls marketing is a question: which calls do you trust? It's always a question: which calls do you trust? Do you trust a call who has 100,000 bots listening to him, or do you trust a call who has maybe 500 followers? And this question is basically not so easy to be answered. Or Martin?
Oh yeah, okay. Let's stay on the calls. Yeah, because people trust the calls, and especially now in the Web3 sector, what we are seeing, that people trust very much the calls for the investment decisions now, and that's why the projects, tons of projects, are paying a lot of calls, and these are all in the hopes, and they pray and hope, they cross the fingers that they're paying the right calls and not the wrong calls, so that they will get like improvement of the token price now. But of course, our topic is like how to achieve a conversion rate. So we are speaking the first hand of the users. So because there are always two parties. One is the token price, that we are moving up the token price down. Okay, with the calls. Okay, some calls are moving it up, some calls are moving it down, and the other is like how do we convert the users now? Okay. Now the key point here: users trust the calls. It has historically been developing so, but now we're getting here to the which calls can we trust, which calls can we not trust, and this has been developed like now a full science. But before we go to the science, let's say it's a very expensive area for the Web3 projects to pay the calls. And okay, let's do a cross link now to the science. Okay, maybe some of you know there is a system called the Twitter score that you can like check the effectiveness of the calls. You have a system called Alpha Scan. Then you see as well a very nice the effectiveness of the calls. Okay, there's as well a system called a Tweet Scout, but hey, you need a paid version, or you have a Twitter Scan. Okay, we know Twitter Scan as well, pretty long, and but this is slightly outdated. So let's stick to the first ones, Alpha Scan and the Twitter Score. Now you can analyze pretty much the calls, and you can see, like, and you can calculate the effectiveness. Now, but point being here, people trust the calls, people trust the reach of the calls. Now you have to figure it out in which calls you want to interact or not. But before you decide to interact with calls, okay, the topic of today's conversation is then how do I achieve high conversion without paying the calls? So maybe there's an alternative, and of course we are very AI focused, very analytics focused. maybe there is another way so to achieve the high conversion rate without doing the calls, because these analytic tools that are there like Alpha Scan and Twitter Score, they are analyzing the calls effectiveness. But our discussion is now going to the direction how to succeed without using the calls, because calls is a very yeah, please.
What you need at the end is conversion of users who come to your web or app into transacting users. And calls can bring you, I don't know, 100,000 bots to visit your website, but will you get the conversion? And will you get transacting users? Will you get users who will use your Web3 app, or just stay on this app 2 seconds and leave it? And how will you get conversions of users? It's not just to get users into your app or website, it's to convert them into transacting users. And this is what founders need. Founders need transacting users. And but instead of it, we when we talk about Web3 marketing, it goes all into direction of calls and just to get to make promotion. But it's not about so much about how to get transacting users. And this is the key question. Conversion. Yeah, Martin.
Okay, the founders are always looking on two topics. One of them having the users, like converting users on the platforms. The other is then looking on the token. Now, of course, we know there are so many shilling projects. In case how do we define a shilling project? Shilling project is like a project which announces, let's say, some product where they already in the moment of announcement know that they will not deliver this product. So we call this a shilling projects, and there are so many of these shilling projects, and of course they are using calls. They don't want to have user conversion because that's not their business model. Their business model is not to develop an app, not their business model is not to get the users to the app, because they will not have an app. So
they will not have an app. They are not interested to get users into app.
And these projects, okay, let's call them shilling projects. Okay, please go and use the calls. So let's do that. But now, if you are a founder and if you want to get users to your application, and if you want to now convert the users on your application, okay, we'll dig in now. What are the alternatives to use the calls? But before we dig in, let's look now at the key issues of Web3 marketing. Let's just, otherwise we are going too fast in this deep dive. But just that we give a big picture now. The Web3 marketing, okay, we know there's Web2 marketing, there's a Web3 marketing, but Web3 marketing is a very special now. And we'll compare it with the Web3 marketing and Web2 marketing. By the way, let me add that Tarma wrote one of his master theses, he wrote on the topic one-to-one marketing, and this was before the internet era. So it was in the last millennia. Yeah,
last
it was in
millennia.
the last millennia.
Yes, one-to-one marketing.
So not in the last century, in the last millennia. So Tarma wrote his master thesis on this topic. But now back to Web3. You see, Web3 is one-to-many marketing. Now, if you're using calls, technically you're doing one-to-many. So there is one call, one influencer, and he's speaking this message. Is he speaking now you message, or he manipulates it a little bit, and whatever. It's one-to-many. It's not a receiver-based, it's a sender-based. Now, the other, what we are doing in our Web3, there is very much the buying articles. People are buying articles in the crypto media. They're buying tons of money. But it's, again, one-to-many. Or what else do we have? Like a banner system, Coinzilla and ads and so on. So you can order them. But again, these banner systems, for example, if you look at the CoinDesk, you have banners, or if you look on the Etherscan, you have banners there. But these banners are not targeted on you, they are targeting just on the viewer. So it's just, these are not intention, these are not receiver-based targeting, intention-based targeting of the receiver. It's just, I'm showing this banner like 1 million times, and I get my dollar for showing this banner. That's it. So, and if you're taking these samples together, like if you're taking the calls, if you're taking the media, if you're taking the banners, if you're taking this together, Let's have a community management too. In the community management, we have all these Telegram communities, we have Discord communities. It's always one to many. That there is some moderator, there's someone who creates the content, who creates the messages, and it's pushed into everyone. And now the working assumption in the Web3 marketing that then everyone who receives this message proceeds this message and will act based on this message. And then they're telling you, he needs to receive the message 8 or 9 times before he starts to consider you. So you have to do more of these actions and yada, yada, yada. But the key point here is it's one to many marketing. One to many, there's one sender, multiple receivers, and the messages are not receiver specific. Now, but let's make now a little parallel to the Web 2, Tarma. Do you want to describe how does it work in a Web 2 at the moment? Not in Web 3, but in a Web 2.
Web 2 is a completely different world. In Web 2, mainstream or time or era of the time is currently one-to-one marketing, intention-based marketing, where we calculate in Web 2 intentions of user. We know what the users want, and we show a user a message which corresponds to intentions of a user. And often intentions are subconscious, that people don't know that they have this intention. And if they see a message which corresponds to the subconscious intention, what happens is you get very, very high conversion ratio. We are speaking about conversion ratio 30% by one-to-one intention-based marketing. When you do this mass marketing, what you, Martin, described, when you get conversion ratio by 1%, you are very, very, very happy already. If you go over to intention-based marketing, where you calculate what is intention of a user, you will have around 30 times higher conversion ratio. And let
me jump here. If you say intention-based marketing, we see like a receiver. We see intentions of the receiver. There's a sender and there is a receiver. So it's the intentions of the receiver, meaning the receiver is for us not anymore like a black box. Now in a Web3, we say the receiver is for us black box, one message to everyone, and everyone will like my message because I'm the best, I'm the guru, I'm the best influencer. Everyone will like this message. But it's obvious that it's not so. Tarmo, please continue.
Martin, it's like we have said that it's not now dating advice, but go to a club and talk to every girl with the same message. You see what happens, yeah.
And make a statistics. Yes, try it every Friday evening. Make a statistics. Like one Friday, try it for every girl the same message. The next Friday, try for every girl like a personalized message, and have a look. What's the difference?
Have a look what happens. And this is also in marketing, it's the same. And somehow in Web3 marketing, we are in a state that we think we have to speak with every girl in the same way. And probably if it's not so successful, then they probably think they have to speak even to more girls in the same way.
Yeah, exactly. So they are trying. Now just imagine a crypto teacher. A crypto teacher is going to a nightclub, and he's going and speaking with 50 girls, and then he gets his success rate. We know what the success rate, probably not very high. Now, and then he says, let's do it even more. Let's do it because the conversion rate is so small. Now, let's repeat the same process one more time. Let's do it even more. Instead of thinking, maybe the message should be receiver specific. Now, back to you, Tarmo.
And this is what shows what is now difference between Web3 and Web2 marketing. In Web2, what we have achieved is that all this mass marketing has there is some little bit left, but it's mainly going over to intention-based marketing because companies have to produce cash, and they say, why should I invest into non-working marketing? Why should I invest into mass marketing when in intention-based marketing I get conversion ratio 30%? Of course.
Tarma, let's add how to calculate the intentions, just to connect the data points.
Oh yes. It's this is of course the key. You have to know intentions of your users in Web2, And what you have in Web 2 is for every web user in Web 2, you have a GID or Google ID or what are the sources IDs. And for every GID, it's calculated what are his intentions based on search history, based on emails, if you use Google platform, based on your browsing history, search history, browsing history, you send always over to Google when you do captcha. And Google has a lot of data about you, and they can calculate quite well what is your intention. However, this is all like this fluffy data. It's not very accurate data. This is kind of moving data, very not so stable data. And what is the difference in when you go over to a more real data, like phone calls, for example, where you have to do some real effort, or the best financial data, then you can do extremely high predictions about users. And what we have in blockchains today is, in blockchains, we have over 10 billion transactions. And all this data is free to use. Just take and analyze it. And you can calculate from this data very clearly intentions of our users. And due to high accuracy of financial data, it is like to calculate intention of a user. Maybe you need only 9 transactions, and you already know it. You don't need much. You need just a little transactions, and you know already what are real intentions of a user.
I will jump in here, Thomas, and I continue later. So, okay, let's recap now. In a Web3, it's a mass marketing. Mass marketing meaning one sender and multiple receivers, and then they're speaking about these perfect messages. But the messages are not receiver specific. So they're not receiver intention specific. In a Web2 marketing, messages are intention specific. Their messages are receiver intention specific. If you are browsing websites, you see the ads which are matching you. They are resonating with you because intention means it resonates with you. And you like things that resonate with you. If you like red roses, probably you don't want to see the blue roses, and you will see the red roses. What resonates with you, you will like it, you will buy it. All this, what the sales funnel or how they are calling, it is starting now. Resonating messages. So, but let's think again. In a Web 2, the data source for creating these resonating messages is your browsing history, okay, which Google gets via the captchas. So every time you do a captcha, there's a terms and conditions. Look at terms and conditions, and you see all your browsing history as well to the Google. So the browsing history is going to Google and your search history. And based on this, Google is calculating your next actions, the so-called buyer actions. What are the next actions of this Google ID? Now, so that means on a Web 2, it's an intention-based marketing, but the data source is not very exact. In a Web 3, now let's compare it. Let's recap. In a Web 3, it's a mass marketing. It's not intention-based marketing, although there is a highly qualitative data source, the blockchain data.
Yes,
very high predictive power.
Very high quality data source what we have in Web3 from financial data. And Martin, it is you have to do some work. It's like proof of work. It's not like you just send a message in some social media. No, you have to pay for your transaction cash. You have to do proof of work, and you really think twice before you do your transactions, if these are financial transactions. The same is in if you use banks, you think if you do these transactions. And this is why financial transactions have enormous prediction power. You need just a few financial transactions of somebody in time series, and you get very high prediction power, significantly higher than Google has currently with your search history and browsing history and with your emails. And you can predict a lot.
And let's make an example. This 98%, Tarma. The 98%. You are surprised that it's so high that we have. Tarma, please.
Yes. In our fraud detection algorithm, we can predict the fraud of an address that somebody is going to fraudulent behavior. 98% accuracy.
Fraudulent behavior in the future, before he does it, we predict he's doing this in the future. 98%. It's a real-time algorithm. It's an on-chain algorithm, only with the on-chain data, no off-chain data, based on the blockchain transaction history with our AI algos, and we are predicting it. Now, how is it possible? It's just because the data quality that we have in a blockchain is so huge that the predictive power, predictive accuracy what we can derive from this data is much higher compared to the Web 2. In a Web 2, we have browsing history, but your browsing history is a very easy influenceable. Your wife is calling you, telling you something, you will check something in the internet or whatever, you will search something, and already your browsing history is influenced a little bit, or your search history is influenced. So it's just a very trigger based. Now, because you don't have any, there is no cost of doing transactions. So for search transaction, you don't have any cost. Doing the browsing transaction, you don't have any cost. It's free for you, but okay, you're giving the data to Google. So if the thing is for free, then you are the product, how they're saying. Okay,
you are the product, yes.
So you're not paying, so you are the product now. But in a blockchain, you are paying for every transaction. Okay, in a Web 2, my search transaction is free, my browsing transaction is free. I can do anything, but the result of this is because I can do anything, the data is not so exact about me. But still, with the pattern matching, with a very strong algorithm, you keep prediction power. So now, but in a Web3, the data, again, this 98% in a fraud predictability, or in a rug pull predictability. We have products to predict the rug pulls too, but we don't want to speak today about the fraud. We're just making this as an example. How, what's the quality of a data with what we are dealing, and what's the prediction accuracy based on this high quality data. And this high quality data does not exist in a Web 2. Okay, in a Web 2, maybe the nearest similar data is your phone call history, what the WhatsApp is having.
Yes.
And that's why the Facebook took over the WhatsApp to have your phone call history and then to use. Okay, let's speak about Facebook. Facebook is an ad tech. It's an ad tech company in the same way as Google is an ad tech company. Now, Google is monetizing your search and browsing history. Okay, Facebook is monetizing as well all the actions that you're doing on the Facebook platform. It's an ad. Now, Twitter. Now, guys, the Twitter ad revenue is 5 billion annually. Twitter is as well monetizing your behavior on the platform. So that means all these systems on the end, these are ad technology system. Now, of course, there's a free communication, but there's an ad technology on top of this. But the data source it's not qualitative on the same level as our blockchain data. Why it's not on the same level? Because on the blockchain data, if you take now Ethereum, without Ethereum chain, because you have proof of work, you have to pay for your transactions. And paying for your transactions means you will think what you're doing. And this will, on the end, tell much more about your personality than people are thinking. So,
yes.
Okay.
And concerning Facebook, when Facebook acquired WhatsApp, remember, Martin, everybody thought Zuck is crazy. He paid like 18 billion for WhatsApp. And he paid like $35 for real call history of a user. This was very cheap. This data is actually cost you at least 3-4 times more, and everybody thought Zuki is dummy. No, Zuki is genius.
Before I forget it, what was the Facebook issue when Facebook was competing with Google on the ad technology? Then the Facebook calculation mechanism did not have the power of a Google calculation mechanism, because the search and browsing history was superior compared to your social media. In the social media, you can pretend to be anything. I could pretend to be Queen of England, or that I have now King of England. I can pretend to be anything, anyone, anything. I can create 50 profiles and so on. I can follow each other. Then I can manipulate a lot of data. Now, but this means how is Facebook getting the revenues? Facebook is getting the revenues via the ad technology, they're selling the ad systems. Okay, guys, Facebook is, if you're using Facebook, it's free. That means you are the product. So you are the product, and Facebook has to target you. But how is it targeting you? By knowing your intentions. But the data that you enter in a social media, because you don't have any transaction cost of this data doesn't have so high prediction power. And how did Zuckerberg Zuckerberg solve the issue? He solved the issue by adding the WhatsApp, real phone calls. So that's it. So to get on the same level with Google ad technology. Oh, okay, but let's get now a little bit back to this ad technology and so on. So ad technology. So maybe we should speak a little bit about the ad technology landscape in a Web 2 and in a Web 3. Tarma, would you like to speak about this?
Oh, in
Or
or no, please, better say what you think.
Okay. Now let's look on the Web 2. Let's start. Let's start with first the Web 3. Now you see now if you're taking the full advertisement budget, full marketing budget in a Web 3, who are the biggest receivers of the Web 3 marketing budgets? Okay, these are two parties. The one is the agencies, the marketing agencies, and the second are the KOLs, the influencers. And then the media is there, and the number position number 3, that the crypto medias and so on. Now, we have to add technology is obviously the question. So now let's take the Web 2. In our Web 2, the same story was there on the beginning. At the beginning, all the same story. There were marketing agencies. You know, there was this famous TV series about this Madison Avenue, these ad guys there who were like a very geniuses and so on.
Copywriters doing cool statements and same statement for millions of people. And yes, this was it.
And this was all the marketing agencies. These were the media companies. This was in the Web 2. Now, what changed in the Web 2? That changed with the Facebook, with the Twitter, with the Google. Okay, first Google, then Facebook, and Twitter is now doing the same thing. So 3 big parties. So what changed is they become the ad tech. Now, marketing agencies are now using Google platform or Twitter platform, or they're using Facebook platform. So, like, you see how the industry transformed. The players, the marketing agencies, who had on the beginning the biggest say, they lost their say, and ad technology took over, and marketing agencies became the users of the ad technology. Now, all predictions are very, very easy, very basic. Now, the same will happen on a Web3. So the marketing agencies, KOLs, media, which are the biggest players, they will scale down, and ad technology is taking over. How is ad technology taking over? Because the targeting data is so high qualitative targeting data, allowing so high qualitative targeting that the Web 2 can only dream of. So, okay. So, okay, just a landscape comparison. Yeah.
Okay, Martin, it's very important. It shows that we have a situation like we had in Web 1, Web 2, like 15, 20 years ago. And the same what happened in Web 1, Web 2 is going to happen in Web 3, because ad tech gives you conversion ratio. And it's all about conversion ratio. It's all about spending minimum amount of budget for customer acquisition and getting maximum conversion ratio. You have to reduce your acquisition cost and get your acquisition cost really very, very, very down. And this is how business works. And in Web 2, we have done it that acquisition cost for users have been reduced massively. I remember still when I did my second master thesis, and it was like, by marketing, half of your budget is thrown out of window, but you don't know which part. And this is how people spoke about marketing some 25 years ago. And then I said, oh, guys, we have to do one-to-one marketing. We have to know intentions of a user so that all money is used for getting customer acquisition. And this is the key, performance of your customer acquisition. And if you spend per one user, like per one transacting user, like in Web3, you spend, Martin, I think around $1,000, and have fun to get your company getting cash flow positive. It's impossible. You can't do it. And it means that the same will happen also in Web3. in Web3, soon acquisition costs go down 30-40 times, and acquisition costs per user go into an area where it is by intention-based marketing. It's around $10-12 per a new customer.
Mm-hmm. And then Web3 becomes comparable to the Web2 in the unit costs. Because, okay, guys, if the founders are listening to this talk, okay, the VCs are always asking you unit cost. What is your cost of acquiring a client? What is your cost of yada, yada, yada? There's all these unit costs. Now, you have to bring your unit cost down. You have to bring your acquisition cost down now. If you're looking on today's Web3 marketing, Web3 marketing, okay, first you're doing mass marketing, be it with the KOLs, be it with the media, be it with whatever I say communities ads. So, but it's a mass marketing. Now you get the traffic to your website, bingo. But the traffic is probably not converting because this traffic is not resonating with your platform. So the first step being bring traffic to your website. Now the second step, get users to connect the wallet. But if this traffic, which is not resonating with you, is coming to your website. Okay, first they're not spending time on your website, they're just leaving. And you will get a high bounce rate, meaning you are damaging actually your SEO and your ranking, the Google ranking. So, okay, but if it's not resonating, they're not connecting to wallet. Okay, and even if you're connected wallet, and if it's still not resonating, your messaging to your users who you have on your website, if it's not resonating with them, so you're losing them. You're not converting them to get the transacting users. So you have 3 steps. The first step is get users to the website. Okay, Web3, okay, all they're doing with the calls, they're doing with the banners, Etherscan banners, the other banners, and so on. Media, so you get users to the website. But on the end, you are easily paying, okay, if you're speaking of DeFi systems, you are easily paying like a $1,000 more per transacting users, maybe $2,000, $3,000, which means these are your unit costs. These are your unit costs per transacting users. Now, if you are in the Web2 business, if you're speaking with you VCs, with the guys who are giving you the money, and you're telling them my unit cost to acquire a client are $2,000, I mean, that's the moment probably when the call is ending, the meeting is ending. So meeting or probably the Zoom call. Okay, that's its ending. So you have to get the unit cost down, and somehow in a Web3 it's fully accepted. In a Web3 it's fully accepted that you can speak of a $1,000, $2,000 like a client acquisition cost. Get the client to do the first time transaction, it costs you $1,000, $2,000. Now, in a Web2 method speaking, the acquisition cost $30, $35. Now, how is it possible? How is it possible that client acquisition costs are so much lower in the Web2? It's because of the intention-based targeting. So the receivers, your targets, the receivers are receiving the messages that are matching with their intentions. So first you have to know the intentions, then you're getting resonating messages with these intentions. And so if you're getting these users on your website, probably they are converting, meaning next step, that they're connecting the wallet to your platform, much higher probability than the non-resonating users. Now, and if you have these resonating users now connecting the wallet as a next step, transacting, maybe small transactions first, but if they are resonating with you, that means the probability is much higher that they're becoming transacting users. And that's all the trick there. Now, if you're speaking of the sales funnel, on every level of the sales funnel, you have to look that you're resonating with your users on this level. So that's it. But the Web3 marketing, it's a mass marketing. So same message for everyone, crossing the fingers and praying that they're converting. No, they're not converting. They're not converting. No.
Maybe some convert, but very, very small part converts. And now maybe message what we have to all founders is we have ad tech for you. We have ad tech where we can calculate intentions of your users, and we can say with very high precision what do these users want. We can
exactly, yeah, because we are speaking all the time about problem. Tarma, yeah, let's get the solution. What is the solution? Because that's actually the topic of the discussion today. Yes, we are already 40 minutes talking, and we're not talking about solution. Yes, please.
Yes, and this is we have a technology which we can calculate with machine learning algorithms, with optimization algorithms, exactly what are intentions of a user using on the blockchain data. We can, user is anonymous, we get his transactions history, and we predict intentions of a user, and then which ad or which banner,
Which message? Let's say which message.
Yes, which message I have to show to the customer. Then
So let's
please.
visualize this now. If you have an NFT collector, if you are a borrowing platform, and if you are someone is connecting the wallet, so for any connecting wallet, you get automatically the intentions of the wallet. So meaning what the user is probably doing as a next. Is he a borrower? Is he a lender? Meaning is he a high, medium, low probability borrower? Okay, we're not speaking now. He's a 78% probability borrower. That's going too scientific. It's enough powerful. It's like high, medium, low. Is he a high, medium, low NFT collector? Is he a high, medium, low leverage taker? Is he high, medium, low gambler? Is he a high, medium, low gamer? Now let's take someone as a gamer. You get a gamer on your platform. Like but you're a borrow platform. Which messages do you want to show him? Okay, you cannot show him the messages in gaming, but you can probably try to convert him. Maybe to offer him something that he could borrow something against his gaming assets, and then he could leverage that. And so you can offer him messages with a matching with his intentions. Or let's say you're getting some NFT collector on your borrowing platform. Now, if you know that he's an NFT collector, probably he wants to buy more NFTs. No, but probably sometimes he has a shortage of cash, so he would like to use NFTs as a collateral. He would use some collateral. He would leverage it up. So you can go via this route, meaning in the moment when the user has connected a wallet, our technology is calculating his intentions. Our technology allows now for these intentions, for users for these intentions to define specific messages. And you integrate this into your web application. Just with a simple HTML, CSS/div codes, you plug this into your website, little codes. Okay, before this, additionally, there's a dashboard, this management software, where you define all of this. Now, for which intention I want to show which messages. And you can define 10 messages. You can define 100 messages. You can define 1,000 messages. It's just how much your marketing people want to do it, how much granular they want to go. But like I said, if you know the intentions, if you know the communication, if let's say someone is an NFT collector and a gamer, you can define a message that you show to this person. Someone is just an NFT collector, like an NFT collector with high probability next action. Okay, you know what you tell him. But someone is like, let's say, leverage taker. Leverage take a low probability. Okay, now you can think, okay, let's assume your target platform is a borrow platform, leverage taker. So what messages do I show them? And now you see what the marketing job is transforming. Marketing job is transforming to defining messages to your targeted users, where you know the intentions.
You know customers' intentions, your users' intentions, and you send some messages which resonate with their intentions.
So the marketing job is becoming like, so we're not speaking of automated marketing. It's not possible, but it's becoming very serialized, very deterministic. You have here a list of intentions. These are, okay, first you need, of course, this little dashboard that you see. We have this dashboard that you see. Who are your users? Web3 analytics. Who are your users whom you are getting at the moment, whom you are getting on the platform? And then you have to decide to which of these users I'm showing to which messages. Now, Tarma mentioned this before, that when Tarma wrote this thesis about the one-to-one marketing, that this famous quote, 50% of money in marketing is thrown away, you just don't know which one of these is thrown away. Now in a Web3, okay guys, in a Web3 it's just saying, all the marketing agencies, they were speaking loudly about these things. Yeah, 50% of money is thrown away, we just don't know which one. But come here and pay us the $30,000 for 1 month campaign, and we will make sure you will get this right users for you. I mean, everyone is singing the songs, and we are even collecting this kind of offers. So it was, it's so nice to compare these offers. Now, 50%. But now if you are getting to this kind of model where we know the intentions of the users, you marketing people, it's not anymore that you're throwing away 150% of budget. You're not throwing away any budget. You marketing people have to do now the marketing work, which is, these are the user intentions. What do I give to this user? Which message? It's not anymore creating some nice graphics or sending this one-to-many messages and saying I have the best cool illustrations, or I have the best UX design and my UX design is the best. Okay, we're coming. I don't know if you have time to speak about the UX design. No, the marketing guys have to do the targeting job. That's their job. That's their job to decide now to whom do I show which messages. Not anymore this.
It's the same as you go Friday evening to a nightclub and you have to know what I tell to
let's make exactly the same. Now, before you and you founders, now you are paying your marketing guys. It's like it's the same. It's like going Friday night in the nightclub and telling to every girl the same message and then looking is she converting or not converting. No, but now you're telling to your marketing people, okay, listen, these are the girls, these are the intentions of the girls. Now go and create for everyone the specific message. So, and that's the job of a marketing, to create for every intention, for every user, the specific message. That's how the Web2 marketing is working. But they're not speaking about this now. Facebook, Google, all the corporations, they're not speaking about this. How they're achieving this $30, $35, this unit cost. Okay, if you're speaking of the retail industry, how they're achieving it. But that's how intention-based marketing. To which users I'm showing, to which intentions I'm showing which messages. So, and that means now this system that we have in a chain of it, this means you're fully serializing your marketing work. Your marketing work is becoming a scientific work. Okay, marketing people, they want to be creative because they think like they're, the masters of the universe. No,
yes, they watch these old movies about copywriters and old good times, Martin.
Yeah, Madison Avenue. I don't remember what was the name of the series. But they're not anymore. Now they have to sit down and to think. For this intention, I'm showing this message. For that intention, I'm showing that message. And I'm showing this on these colors or with this picture. And for these guys, I'm showing in the other colors and in that picture. In illustration. That's the marketing job. Intention-based marketing. We are serializing, we are creating the scientific marketing instead of the masters of the universe.
It's the same as in Web2, Martin, exactly the same as it is in Web2. This is what is going to happen in Web3. And what is good is that we have now in Web3 this ad tech, what we are offering, so that we can calculate user intentions. And we are currently the only company who can calculate intentions. And this is the key. If you have intentions, designing of messages, it is like operationalized. It is operational procedure. You know intentions, you know which message to show. And if you don't have intentions, then it is it doesn't matter which message you send, Martin. You can send a random message.
If you don't have intentions, we call it 1930s Madison Avenue-based marketing, 1930s marketing. You have these super copywriters who are creating these super coolest messages with the super layout design, and then it's placed in the best magazines and so, and then people by some wonder are coming and buying it. Okay, 1930s marketing. We are saying it, wait. 2020, it's 2020. It's operationalizing the full marketing, operationalizing, so that every founder's dollar, every dollar will count, that you know whom you're targeting. And if you're a founder, that you're not anymore speaking with your marketing guys like, hey, do me a little campaign. No, you're asking your marketing guys, show me to which intentions you are showing which messages. Show me the list
and show me conversion ratios per your message intention pair. Which intention messages pairs work, which intention messages pairs don't work. It becomes analytics. You analyze it, you do it scientifically, you do it fact-based, you do it data-based. And this is the change that is going to happen now in Web3. And Martin, just to emphasize, the key is to have intentions. Till now, Web3 didn't have intentions of customers.
Exactly, because everyone was fully okay with this $1,000 on $2,000 unit cost, meaning the cost of converting a user to transact on your platform first time. Now, if you are, is it retention included or not? That's a fully separated topic. Okay, okay. Get first time transacting $1,000, $2,000 easily you're paying it. Now, if you're in Web2, you're speaking $30, $40 on the retail platforms. Now, which means in a Web3, it's a factor that is a factor 30 times higher than we have in a Web2. Now, we all are fans by the heart of a Web3, but how can this sustain? How can this model sustain with so high marketing cost? Obviously, it cannot. And what we are seeing, all these tokens, all yet another new projects created, all the shilling projects created, maybe that's because people see it, the founders see first, it's a very difficult to create a product. And second, it's a very difficult to create converting users. And then maybe some of them are saying, maybe they're a little bit morally compromised. And then they're saying like, hey, you know what? The probability that I will get the application running is low. The probability that I will convert users. This is maybe even a little bit lower. But hey, let's use the KOL-based marketing. Let's do some advertisement for the token. Let's put the token up. Then the token, let's sell it a little bit. Let's create a little yada yada. And let's do it again. Bumpy dumpy and so on. And now let's add the VCs into this game, and VCs know this even better than the founders. You know, it's very difficult to build applications now, and it's even more difficult to get users to applications. And if you get users to applications, they know it. The unit cost your founders will be very high. And the VCs know it perfectly. Now, and what are the VCs doing? The VCs are fully on the bumpy dumpy. So,
easy money, Martin. It's easy money, and what we have is a kind of self-amplifying cycle currently, where call-based marketings and VCs work hand in hand to leverage these last days of call-based pumpy-dumpy schemas, and we have said it's like revolutionary situation. It is for founders and for users. It's not really okay, and if people learn how the real crypto Web3 marketing works, they say it can't be true. This can't be true. It's scam, and this is a revolutionary situation. And we have this solution. We have technology to calculate based on artificial intelligence, on optimization and machine learning, intentions of users from very high prediction rate data. This technology is here. And this is now a kind of revolutionary situation. Everybody, big players know, or everybody, people who know how it works, they know it. And those who have moral compass say, oh, I don't play with this. And so the moral compass is maybe...
Yeah, let's say the KOLs know how it's working. And that's all the KOLs business model. That's how the KOLs make money. Because, okay, let's calculate very easy, like how much you need to pay for the KOLs. Now, to get KOLs to tweet about your project, okay, well, you have to purchase one package from the KOL, but it's never enough to have one KOL, so you need to purchase multiple KOLs to create a campaign. And let's say, okay, maybe I was paying for one little package for 4 tweets, $1,200, $1,500, maybe $2,000. You need 10 KOLs, maybe 15 KOLs, let's split them over the week or over the month, like who is tweeting when, and you're creating a little campaign. And your little campaign for 1 month is easily costing $30,000, maybe $40,000. And the KOLs know it, that you have to use them, and that you don't have any other options, and because anyone else is doing it as well, and they make the money. So they make the money. But you as a founder, are you getting conversion? Probably not. Are you getting like clients to use your platform? Probably not. But yeah, it's a token price impact. But now let's think. You have to pay $30,000, $40,000 per month, but you have to do it every month. Now, because the KOLs whom you pay, let's say in January, they ain't tweet about you in February. They ain't tweet about you in March. They will do it if you pay them. So, like it's like addiction. If you're going on this route, and if you start to do it, you have to continue to do it. And you're doing it in the hope that you're getting this so-called ethically correct calls for not charging the money. Well, yes, That's the goal. That's the goal now. Okay, how to find them? Well, that's another topic. We'll not discuss about this. But it's meaning this system is so highly expensive using the call-based marketing or using the banner-based marketing and so on. Okay, which creates then, again, it brings the unit cost very much up. So your unit costs are going automatically very much up. And the VCs, of course, they know. The VCs are knowing, and now what the VCs are doing, let's take the system like a Twitter scroll. The VCs are then looking, for example, there are some projects. They know the game. They have now a lot of calls lined up. Oh yeah, this must be a good project. Why it's a good project? Because if a lot of calls are lined up, means they're following the project. This means these calls will probably tweet before for the project because the calls ain't tweet if they are not paid. They don't follow you if they are not paid. And VCs are probably investing. So that's how the VCs are investing. Now, if you're thinking sometimes that VCs invest for the technology, no, they ain't invest for technology. Okay, maybe many even of them, they don't understand the technology. The VCs invest just to make a profit. That's all the motivation. So it's just a profit machine. That's all. They don't care about technology. They don't care about maybe there are some who are thinking a long term. So maybe there are. It's just a profit thinking. Now, and here we have this system where there's two parties. Okay, it's a three-party system, so it's very interesting. We have founders now, we have calls, we have VCs, and each of them have figured out it's a very difficult to succeed in this system. We are bringing the unit cost down because it's very difficult to bring the unit cost down because people don't know it, right? How to bring the unit cost down. And then the call game continues, and every new player has to play it as well. But now we are here with the chain aware. And they're saying, stop, wait. There's an alternative. The alternative is the same as a Web2 did it. It's an intention-based, it's a receiver, intention-based receiver marketing. So it's operationalizing your marketing. No, you don't need any more masters of universe. You need the guys who are defining messages, the copies, the text, the visuals, intention-based visuals for you users. That's exactly what I mean. So there is the old system and there is a new system. And with the new system, you can bring your unit cost down. So meaning, and if this happens in all Web3, bringing the unit cost down, then the Web3 becomes as well a competition to the Web2. Because as long as the Web3, the unit costs are high, it's not a real competition for the Web2.
If acquisition cost per user in Web3 are $1,000 or $2,000, and in Web2 we speak $15 or $35, then it's clear who will win. It is clear which technology has business models have advantage. It is Web2 which has advantage currently because they use this intention-based marketing. They have conversion ratio 30% and they have very low acquisition cost. This is current reality. And if Web3 wants to survive, we have to take over this key technology from Web2 calculation of intentions.
Intention-based market. Okay, wait, I had this one thought in mind. Okay, I just lost it. Yes. Okay. Yes. What you hear is that we need more users on a Web3. We need more users. We need more users. We need more users. That's a standard sound. Like everyone's saying, where are the users? We need more users. We say, wait, the users are there. You just need to target the right users with the right messages. There are 50,000 users on a Web3, maybe now 100,000 users. Target right users with right messages. Increase your conversion rate. If the system is not working, the current marketing system, it ain't changed. The unit cost will not change if the number of users are going from 50 million to 200 million to 1 billion. Your unit cost will stay the same.
There are 500 million users now in Web3 overall, or people who have tokens or crypto, however we call it. 500 million. And it's already a huge base. And we have over 10 billion transactions in blockchains. we can calculate intentions of each of these users and say what they really want. And
so it's not about increasing the number of users in a Web3 ecosystem. It's about converting the users much more effectively in a Web3 ecosystem, converting with the same technologies as the Web2 has done it. Now, and if you get users, the Web3 users, now take Web3 users. Now, if he's a gamer and if you target it with some DeFi products, probably it ain't worth. If he's a DeFi user, but you target him with the NFT collecting projects, it probably ain't worth. So you have to target the right users with the right messages. And the same thing happens in the Web2. You just don't notice. The ads that you are getting on your screens, they're intention-based. They are targeted on you. Different people get different ads. Different people get different messages. That's how it works in a Web2. Web2 is not mass marketing. It's intention-based marketing. And this resonates with you, and this gives a higher conversion rates, brings the unit cost down. But there's one more side effect. It means as well you like the Web2. Because you are getting messages in a Web2 which resonate with you.
It resonates with you, yes.
And then your body is telling you, hey, let's go in a Web3. And now in a Web3, you start to get all these weird messages. They don't resonate with you. You're not used with this because in Web2, you are getting messages which resonate with you. Now, but in a Web3, you're getting all these weird messages about the weird systems. Everyone is targeting you with some interesting banners or call messages and so on and so on. It ain't resonate, you will not like it now. If projects start to target the users with resonating messages, meaning intention-based messaging, people start to like as well a Web3 more. It means there will not be users who stay in a Web3 1, 2, 3, and then they go back to mommy in the Web2 system. No, they like it. They will like it because it's their resonating system. They will like it as much as they're liking the Web2. So
the data is here, Martin. Data is here. We have now algorithms and chain-aware to calculate intentions, and now we have to see this change in how crypto is moving over from this 1930s mass media marketing over to intention-based marketing, and this is it is going to happen, and this shift, what is going to happen, will start the real crypto crossing the cusp or bringing the crypto mainstream. People are speaking, why is crypto not in mainstream? Why is it not in mainstream? And this is the reason. Crypto is not in mainstream because we don't use intention-based marketing.
Because you don't have resonating messages. That's it. Now, and if people are not getting resonating messages, you are not getting over this crossing of cusp. Crossing of cusp is not about creating technology. Crossing of cusp is about bringing people to the technology. And to bring people to the technology, we need to target them. Intention-based, we need to target them with resonating messages. So, okay.
Martin, it's very interesting. We are explaining, like if you go to a nightclub, you have to talk with every girl a bit different way, or just trying to get into her head and talking this
way. No, listen to advice, yes.
And I'm really surprised that in Web3, I ask really who are these people, maybe, and that we have to show that there is another way, because in real life, I'm sure many follow my advice and don't do mass media marketing in nightclubs, and it's like a common sense. It's like a common sense. As soon as it's possible to do intention-based marketing, I do it. As soon as I know customer intentions, I will make messages per intention. And it's a kind of common sense. And now it is this technology is here, and now it is like diffusion of innovation. How is this innovation going over to Web3, that all Web3 starts using intention-based marketing, like it is common in Web2, Martin?
Exactly, the same transformation which happened in a Web2 from Madison Avenue style marketing agencies to the ad technology, where the marketing agencies are actually data scientists by using Google, Twitter, Facebook ad technology. who are defining them very narrow granular messages. The same transformation will happen in Web3. Now, we had it in Web2.
And Martin, the point being is you cannot stop innovation. It is impossible to stop innovation. It is going to happen. It's like gin is out of bottle, or how you say it. And you can't get it back. Innovation is already out. And now it is diffusion, how fast this innovation will spread over all Web3, and how fast Web3 founders say we go over to intention-based marketing, we stop this 1930s mass media marketing, and as soon as Web3 founders do it, then will happen this moment that crypto will become mainstream. The key issue in crypto is acquisition cost, and you get acquisition cost down, you get resonating messages, resonating customers, both sides are happy, and then we see crypto flourishing. And I said, you cannot stop innovation. You
cannot stop innovation. Yeah, and it's the speed of the diffusion that you're saying, and we are saying as well. We will be happy if you have competitors. Hey guys, if anyone wants to copy us, please copy us. Okay, you will need tons of time and tons of money to do it, but please do it. But if you, because we are thinking in this way, it's a speed of diffusion. Like the faster this message is getting to the industry, the better. The more competition there is, the better. The more VCs start to think in this term, the better.
Hyper competition. I like
hyper competition. We love it. We love it. And if you as a founders find other companies doing the same thing, please use them. Because you see, that's the key message here. You have to bring your unit cost down. You cannot bring your unit cost down with the paying the calls. You're only wasting your marketing money. But by bringing your unit cost down, you're actually amplifying something much more. You're amplifying the evolvement of the full Web3 ecosystem. You are facilitating the crossing the chasm. The famous book, Crossing the Chasm, it's the Internet Bible, Crossing the Chasm, how to cross the chasm, just from some technology to the mainstream technology. You will facilitate this. The same for the VCs, the same for the founders. So, okay, that's the point. So it's the speed of diffusion.
If VCs listen, then they probably will recognize, intention-based marketing, it may be, okay, but it's against their business model now. It's different.
But maybe some VCs are a little bit, let's say, advanced and faster thinking, then they will realize the potential, the speed of diffusion, because this brings the crossing the chasm. These are the new Googles, these are the new Facebook, these are the new Twitters.
These are the new Googles. These are companies who can calculate intentions from this free data where you don't have to pay 18 billions like Zuki. You just go and use the data. You need all the disk and compute, and you just calculate it. And this is the future. Data is free. It's not anymore like proprietary data in Facebook or Google databases, and they have this data. No, it's all go use, calculate intentions, and do crossing of chasm for all crypto industry. And then we have this change to real Web3
economy.
Yes.
We need this diffusion to get to the real Web3 economy. Now, the way to get to Web3 economy is to get the unit cost down. But to get the unit cost down, we need a similar power ad technology as we have it in Web2. And then we are crossing the chasm.
Yes.
So the big dream of the...
Yeah. With this beautiful dream, we are over time again. Maybe.
We are over time again. Okay, let's start to wrap up. Okay.
Martin, just repeat this dream, what you said now, and then with this message, maybe let's finish also. Yeah.
Oh, okay, but I'm already on the first point. Okay, on the next point. So, okay, practically, yes, it's about the crossing the chasm. You have to bring the unit cost of the technology down. And the unit cost of technology is not the unit cost of, you have to consider your unit cost of your business process unit cost. Now, the business process starts with the customer acquisition. Now, the process himself is a fully automated, but we have to bring this first step down. If you bring this first step down, if you're creating resonated messages, we are crossing the chasm in a Web3. So simple. And it's just now the diffusion. The faster this diffusion is going, this diffusion of this new information, this diffusion of these new technologies, the faster the crossing the chasm is happening. So, okay, but now to close it up, okay, every 2 weeks, Tarma and I, so we speak about the AI and the Web3. Now, okay, we started here, we had little technology issues by startup. Now, we have been in a sector very long. Our first Bitcoin forecast, it was published 2014 in a Swiss CFA magazine in January 2014. Okay, you can look it in all the numbers. I think we have it in our blog or Medium somewhere too. But the second forecast, it was in 2017 we wrote, it was published 2018 in March. Okay, by the first forecast, people were laughing. By the second, somehow they weren't laughing. We don't know why. Of course, we know why. So we have been long in a sector. We love Web3. We love it, and we have been speaking in our X Spaces, Twitter Spaces very much why we love the Web3, and yeah, the next is in 2 weeks again. So AI, Web3, cross topics, very much the marketing topics, because yeah, it's the diffusion. It's all we're getting always back to this diffusion topic, and other topics too. Okay, Tarmo, some closing remarks on your side.
Future is bright, and we have technology which will bring Web3 mainstream, which will help Web3 to cross the chasm, and future is Web3.
Okay, guys. So thank you all for the listening. So thank you. If you like it, please retweet, please comment. And we are again on the X Space in 2 weeks from now, the same time. So thank you all. So have a nice day. Bye.
Bye.